In the 1970s, a serial killer was stalking the nightlife scene of San Francisco. But he wasn't just picking victims at random. He would sit down with them, talk to them, and draw their portrait first. Then hours later, they would be found dead. He became known as the Doodler, and to this day, he has never been arrested. Between 1974 and 1975, a series of murders shocked San Francisco. The victims were all men. Many were part of the LGBTQ+ community. Most had been stabbed. Their bodies were discovered in parks, on beaches, and in secluded areas. At first, police didn't realize the murders were connected. But then survivors came forward. And that's when the chilling pattern emerged. According to witnesses, the suspect was friendly, soft-spoken, intelligent. He met men at bars and nightclubs. He would sketch them sometimes right there at the table, a simple portrait, a harmless drawing. Then later that night, the same men would be attacked. The media eventually gave him a nickname, the Doodler, because before he killed, he drew. What makes this case even more disturbing is that not all of his victims died. At least 3 men survived attacks. They gave police descriptions. One survivor reportedly identified a suspect in a lineup. But here's where things get complicated. At the time, being openly gay still carried heavy stigma. Some survivors were hesitant to testify. Some were prominent figures who did not want their identities publicly exposed. Without willing witnesses, the case stalled. Police eventually focused on a primary suspect. He was described as a young African-American man with artistic talent. He matched witness descriptions. He allegedly knew some of the victims. Authorities reportedly believed they had the right man. But they did not have enough evidence to charge him. And without full cooperation from witnesses, prosecutors declined to move forward. The suspect was never publicly named. Police officially linked at least 5 murders to the Doodler. But investigators believe the real number could be 14 or more. That makes him one of the most prolific unidentified serial killers in San Francisco history. And yet, no arrest, no conviction, no closure. In recent years, the case has been reopened. Authorities have released updated sketches. They've renewed calls for information. But decades later, the Doodler remains unidentified. Some believe he may still be alive. Others believe he may have died without ever facing justice. He met them in bars. He drew their faces. And then they disappeared. The Doodler case remains officially unsolved. And somewhere, the man who sketched his victims may still be walking free. If you want more real unsolved cases like this, subscribe, because some killers are never caught.